Welcome back, ladies and gents, to FACEIT TV. We have one more match for you here tonight. We've got VirtusPro, we've got Titan, and also the clash between us and producer Reese.
Yes, so fill us in, us versus Reese. What's going on?
So he has 4 players in this match. He currently has, I think 5 or 10 less points than us on the score. But he's got 4 players, and we have 3. He has Apex as a shot caller. He's got RpK, and he's got Snax and Maniac. We've got Maniac, TaZ, and Pasha. And Pasha's our shot caller. So Pasha has to. He's got to do things.
He's got to go. He's got to go huge.
He's got to do horrible things.
Producer Reese is a Titan fanboy. I'm a VirtusPro fanboy, as well as Flipside, as well as Fnatic, as well as.
LIP?
No.
Yeah, you are.
No.
Yeah. Come on, you want to opt for them.
Hmm?
You want to opt for them.
Yeah, but I don't. I'm.
You've drunk with them.
I wanna. You know. That doesn't mean I'm a fanboy. That's different. I want to be in the team, Dad. I don't want to fanboy the team. I want to be in the team. I want to be in there. But I'm not. Anyway, knife round. Great. Oh, looking good so far.
You know what I love about knife rounds, James?
Knives?
Yeah. Do you know what I love about knife rounds?
What?
Nothing! That's what I love about them.
The counter-terrorists won. What can we make of this? Nerf knife rounds.
Okay, so we got VirtusPro. Going to start off on the CT side. That's good for us, James. Despite the meta, that is giving more rounds to T's in the Mirage lately. It's good for us. We need Pasha. He needs to do things. We've already established
looking good so far. Got a kill. Oh, it's looking bad. RpK got a kill.
It's all about the pre-war, as we used to say in the Quake days. It's all about who wins the pre-war. Okay, so now this would be really cool to see how Titan address their T round. What are they going to do with their pistol, and what are VirtusPro going to do? VirtusPro going to be more reactive? Are they going to play safe A retake, or are they going to do something a little bit more aggressive? So far they got 2 players in connector, so interesting from them. So they have the retake option possible, but they've got a weak defense on B at the moment. Only 1 player there is Snax, of course. He's going to be in the corner as well as the smoke dissipates. And Titan seems to be playing a contact play on this area. He has the nade in his hand still, and Apex will shut him out. Now, this is going to be scary for VirtusPro.
Maniac playing the flanking role from A slope, was playing it passively, took 1 person down, took Pasha and TaZ to combine to finish him off. 3 versus 2 in favor of Titan here. Kévin just large and in charge, standing brazenly, getting the frag onto byali. Pasha trying to get things back, jumping frag onto Kévin. Shout out to Pistols. 2 versus 1 now, 6 HP. This should not be doable. It is not doable. First round goes to Titan.
It does indeed. So with that round in hand, how are we going to see VirtusPro respond to this? What kind of buy? Okay, they're going to force it up. They are going to just go for the force. Neo actually. Okay, he's going to buy something. I thought he was going to save that. It looked like he was going to save for a moment. But 3 Deeks as scouts and a nade.
Triple Deeg
for Pasha. That's really interesting. The nade scout combo is quite fun, of course, if you get the tag.
It's Deeg day. Day of the Deeg.
And the Titan are doing the smart thing. They're sticking together. They've got all the SMGs and Tech 9s. So they can really... Like, this is such a strong way to play with the SMGs. And look, they're going to completely nade out. Snax gets nothing. Just a little bit of damage there onto Titan. But here goes Neo as well. So what can really be done against this?
That was really nice how RpK was holding the angle while his teammates jumped out to make sure there was proper cover for the player who was... against the player, sorry, who was on short. Nicely done. And what can be done about this with a push like that? I'm not sure. I'm not sure, like, again, Titan, arguably, because we really don't know, arguably study for these FACEIT matches more than most that they thoroughly enjoy. It definitely suits existence to know all the matches in advance, including maps, and then away you go. And the way they played that pistol round, the way they looked for the VirtusPro player behind the smoke, seemed very, very deliberate indeed.
I mean, really, what you... Oh, nice by Pasha there. Can actually keep the scout and the nade into the next round, which is good for VirtusPro. But the thing that you can think about, the only way to really counter that is to kind of counter-strat it by just basically stacking the site. And that's like the best possible... I mean, we can see that the SMGs do still eat up the stacks, but it's the best chance you're going to have against a play like that. And the only way to really be able to do that is to know that it's in their repertoire and to be able to just go for the gamble, that they would likely do that in this situation. So VirtusPro perhaps not studying them enough. It's hard to say. But in that round, they decided not to go for the gamble. And they have Pasha alive as a result with that scout. So what can he pick up with it? Also, byali with a deagle.
Interesting rotation here, or seems they were going for a fake. They walked up to Palace, then ran away, and walked back towards A. So, and again, you can see them making footsteps in T-spawn as well. You can hear plays running around from T-spawn from top mid and vice versa. So I think they're trying to give audio cues that they were in A and they've headed towards B. VirtusPro, however, not buying it. Nice pop flash coming in there for TaZ, but he doesn't make himself known, doesn't find the frag, and Maniac will save his teammate there, get a trade as well. But there's plays down for both sides here, 3 versus 3. Maniac searching, search and destroy. He's going to go through the smoke, take down Neo from behind. Will find Snax as well. So considerable damage done to both sides, but with the buy Titan had going into that, they will not be too concerned.
Yeah, I mean, VirtusPro, they need to make you need to do the damage like that. It's kind of a must because we saw how easily Titan got the frags with the SMGs and all the value that they got. Their money was pretty darn strong. Had they not lost a bulk of their players there, VirtusPro would be in quite a bit of trouble. But they've given themselves a good chance if they're able to pick up this round to quickly take back control of the match. And Maniac's going to be looking for that B apartment's pressure, see if he can get a pick onto what is almost always going to be Snax. I mean, the 3-man set up early on into middle for VirtusPro, giving them good presence and pressure on the early timings of middle. But are they going to keep themselves there? Because Kévin is approaching from underpass. You'd never expect to see Kévin AWPing, or it's not commonly AWPing from this spot, and that's going to be a great frag onto TaZ. He has excellent angles towards CPL as well. This man is dangerous from any position with that AWP.
Okay, now VirtusPro looking for the information, trying to find out exactly what's going on. They've got byali deep into the A site. In a common spot where he could be checked, and he could be in trouble as Titan are positioned to push from 3 different directions into A. And they have minimal defense. You can see them starting to creep now. Maniac stopping the flank after flanking himself in earlier rounds. byali, though, getting 2 frags onto the board there. That's the information which should allow the rotation. We've got frags going back and forth here, 2 versus 2. Titan just planting the bomb now. No control over the CT area. Kévin's going to try and help RpK hold down post-plant. RpK's in a horrible position. He has no vision whatsoever. Kévin is his eyes. And he, fortunately for him, there are no nades left on the CT players. Now it's Neo versus 2. He could jump and see RpK here. It's going to be the sound cue, and it's going to be a free frag for RpK at the end.
Yeah, really good round there from Titan. Excellent work taking mid in the way that they did. You can see how it completely destabilized VirtusPro's setup on A. Because of that frag from Kévin, because of the response that was forced, it allowed Titan to have an easier access upslope if they were able to get the initial entry, which they were able to. And then they had the 3-pronged attack going onto the A side, which is always going to be good if you got that going. But we got a push here from byali and some teammates here as that bomb is dropped, as Apex falls to the ground. In comes Neo and Pasha looking for those frags, and it is not looking too shabby right now. Neo does get Kévin with the wallbang, spots Maniac below, but Existence is the real threat with that position here, looking towards short with the AK-47. If he can get to CPL, he's going to have a full range of angles to play with that could certainly have VirtusPro in quite a predicament. And Neo,
his deagle is actually called 420 Blazers.
Oh yes,
Got to respect that.
Neo has a AWP right now. This is really awesome. Always going to miss the shot though onto Maniac. It's going to give him a chance to close the distance. If you spot him, he will get the kill onto Neo. Excellent stuff there from Existence. That's going to allow them a chance to save this round. Snax goes at it with the deagle, but gets nothing. Existence with 2 kills. Very critical ones.
Big damage done to the Titan economy, and the loss bonus kicking in for VirtusPro after losing 5 rounds in a row. We've got the double, the double entendre here, the 2 AWPs
Orpdopio
for the Polish side. See Pasha looking for that early peak on A slope, and Neo should be over towards B bomb site. Indeed he is, jumping up, looking down into apps, which will allow VirtusPro to have more players elsewhere though. But the Titan train continues running over VirtusPro on the A bomb site. They just cannot hold it versus the Titan team.
Oh my god, this guy is just absolutely wrecking the entire lineup of VirtusPro. You could not stop him. And once again, Titan pick up another round. And you know what? It's partially due to the fact that they are able to so easily move through connector. We had it the previous round where KennyS opened it up for them. This time it was Apex. He just walks up, and then they have too many angles to worry about. They didn't have a Palace smoked off either. And we could see that that was a real issue because they had too many angles to worry about. They were too open at once. And Titan abused that very successfully. And VirtusPro perhaps need to think about using some of those smokes a little bit earlier.
How do VP change things around here? How do they get into this game? Titan, shock and awe. VirtusPro, they do not know what hit them at the moment. And again, right now it's just looking like Titan have done the study and they are exploiting VirtusPro. Pretty bad.
It's great to see how much better rounded Titan have been of late. It's not the KennyS show anymore. It just isn't.
No.
It's the Apex Existence KennyS RpK and Maniac show.
Yeah.
They have an entire team now. Everyone's performing. But look at this, Snax is able to see some nice little angles there with that scout. Going to actually get nothing from the tag. Got the 5-7 pulled out now and he's going to have to use it, but he is blind. Somehow found a frag onto RpK, but how much good will it really do them as the smokes go down and the bomb is planted by Existence? However, VirtusPro are quite close, so they will have a lot of time to work on this retake. Oh no! Oh no! Maniac. He got his lurking on there, right behind Neo.
Yeah, I saw the knife coming out, but there was no knife kill after all. So VirtusPro with 2 players left, make that 1. Their numbers cut in half by KennyS. Almost shot one of his teammates there, I think. Only TaZ remaining now to try and save in a sneaky position, but 6-0. I mean, this is VirtusPro's map. You know, NIP aside here and there, this is a VP map, and
they can't get economy going.
yeah, they have no answers to Titan. 7 rounds. They're just shy of half the rounds in the first half of this map, and this is 7-0 with VirtusPro on a 0. Not something you see every day, but again, Titan, he seemed to have their number. They've prepared, and they have prepared well for this. So far, so good. By no means is this over, however. VirtusPro could come into it and be down 8-7 for the second half. Who knows? They don't look likely for this half. Sorry, for this round. Scout, FAMAS, 3 pistols is all they have to show. And TaZ, the man of armor, the man who saved the gun, has just left the building. Close the door on your way out.
Okay, so more free economy built for Titan in this one. As yeah, it's kind of a struggle here, and for VirtusPro, you would still feel like if they went 8-7 here, that they would still feel very afraid of the scoreline they'd have to deal with on the second half. But it looks like it could get much worse than that because they've yet to find an answer against Titan's aggression. And again, I really think that a lot of a lot of the keys to this is how well Titan have been dominating middle and dominating connector. We've seen very important buy rounds of VirtusPro fall apart at these kinds of situations. And as I say that, we are going to get the mid push. They're going to try to take this with Byali pushed up. He's got cover from Pasha. We've got a man close on slope here as well. I think it's TaZ. And he can stop any aggressions towards the A site and the immediate ones as VirtusPro take early map control. But Titan are passive. They are wise to potential aggressions like this.
Yeah, they know VirtusPro are going to try and take back control of the rounds, take control of the map. And they are waiting for that to happen. Snax just about out of sight of Maniac here, and that will be a clue to Snax. We'll see if he can capitalize on it. Could have peeked when he heard the nade, but didn't choose to do so. Doesn't want to reveal his position, and who knows, maybe more people there ready for someone to pop out, ready to find the frag. 50 seconds remaining, and Titan haven't killed anybody yet on this round. Going to start boosting into CPL. Does Pasha smell a rat, and can he stamp it out? That is the question. Does have Palace to look at the same time. So man only has so many eyes. Could see a jump attempt into the window there, but Maniac's not going to get it. So far so good for VP. The bomb is down in connector as well. 23 seconds left, and it's 5 versus 2. Looks like VirtusPro finally showing up for the game. KennyS getting 1 frag, and that will be that for him. So 4 players surviving for VirtusPro, and now this is a crucial round then, of course. Now their money has been reset. If they were to lose this round, they would be in a horrible situation.
And they have Snax on the AWP, which is going to be quite interesting because the AWP on BAPS, if you throw it in randomly, can create a lot of problems for the Ts. Because we've seen in past rounds that Maniac, the kind of lurker, has felt like, hey, I can take a peek. I can try to get like a quick one-shot or something. Against an AWPer, that's a lot harder to do. You're probably going to die if the AWPer's on his shots. And that's the early advantage that Snax could provide if there is a challenge there. There isn't, though. We're seeing a Titan instead have one player towards BAPS, but he's lurking. He's a lurk roll right now as Titan. Look for the A execute. In it comes. Can VirtusPro hold? They have made a career almost of holding aggressions like this, but TaZ goes down straight away.
Okay, that is a horrible situation. Pasha has to hold. He gets one frag. There are two more people on A slope, but he knows he's exposed to apps as well. Going to take down RpK coming out of the apps. That's the apps clear, unbeknownst to them. Maniac going for the flank again. Can he get any free kills? He's going to tap down Pasha, try and spray him through the wall. Turns around, kills Neo. There's still a player on short for VirtusPro. Snax with the AWP there. Could get some damage in as byali tries to stop any push to get a plant going. We've got Maniac just rotating out of mid towards A. But Kévin still has to cross to try and get a safe plant, but there is no safe plant on A at the moment. The short plant is covered by Snax, as you can see there. The CT plant is covered by byali. Both Titan players still on the A site. What is the solution here for them?
Maniac has a Molotov to work with, so he could Molotov out CT spawn to try to get the bomb down safely against the player who is on the jungle angle. So we'll have to see if he can do that. But byali is being quite patient. There it is. He's going to go for it. That's a very smart one indeed. Now byali has to go for the wide peek here, and he's actually going to find one kill. Bomber goes down. Maniac is tagged down to 28. Snax has a grenade. He can end Maniac, and there it is. He had an assortment of ways to choose to win that engagement, and it was the AWP to the chest that he used in the end. 8-2 as Titan now have fallen 2 rounds in a row, and VirtusPro, they suffered heavy losses in that round, and so this would be a terrible one for them to lose with their banks being so low.
Yeah, that's less than stellar for their economy, and you can see how limited their buy is. The lack of nades on Neo, the lack of nades on byali, and Pasha to boot. But the 2 AWPs are still in play, and that's very important now for VirtusPro. That is a meaty nade indeed onto Maniac, but he gets a massive spray down as Snax completely unprepared to mount an offense in that situation with another nade in his hand. Does survive 1 HP. Pasha taking down Apex. There's 2 players in underpass, as you can see there, for Titan, and TaZ could be exposed there. Another meaty nade here from VirtusPro. The timing on these nades is impeccable. Kévin's down to 50 HP. So both players...
I think Maniac saw a pixel. Yeah, they're going to nade it. Or what? Yeah, he saw a pixel, I think, of TaZ just for a moment, and he's going to pick up the kill because of that. Very, very important, because now they've got connector again. Player up into the ladder room, though. He could make life hellish, potentially. Here as he looks to maybe just create distraction by making the noise, the sound, but can they get in now? Pasha is looking good on these angles, but they could surround him. In goes Kévin. What a great shot there to the head. Titan. It's just Snax left now to deal with. He's got 1 HP.
All of 1 HP, and he's all the way over towards the B-bomb site. So this is looking like a save or an attempt to save from him.
And this is horrendous because they just... I think
how many kills do they have?
3 of their players have no money. Look at that! Look at the money. They're going to get reset. And they've got no money, so they have to eco. Well, I guess they don't have to. They could eco once, and then Snax could drop some stuff, but... Oh, he's going to lose the AWP as well. That sucks. Dude, Titan, 9 rounds to the 2 of VirtusPro on the T side. They are... well, Producer Reese is probably just...
He's laughing. He's literally laughing.
He's giggling.
The problem is,
Chortling.
for Titan, as good as this is, what are they going to have to say on their CT side? Recently, we've seen that their T sides have been considerably stronger than their CT sides. And have they plugged the hole, Dan? That is the question.
Well, they look like a much new, fresh team to the Titan that we've been used to in the previous 6 months, I would say.
Don't be fooled, though. They have the freedom of the T side right now.
They do. But we'll have to see how
and they have the constraints of the CT side. What will they have to offer?
Now, the setup they have right now is something that can always go quite wrong, because you've got players up against like the Titan players with AKs and rifles, AKs and armor, who are potentially up against pistols right now. And if you isolate yourself and you don't have the trade possible, where if someone dies you can even deny a weapon, then it becomes problematic. Then you've got issues. and because Virtus.pro could potentially pick something up and then make something complicated because you're all spread out. But they have found a way to get into connectors, so they look good to make the trades now. So it feels like they're going to be safe to make this happen.
Oh, look at that push from Titan. That was absolutely insane. Nowhere to go for Virtus.pro. They saw the push from Connector, tried to force the issue in Palace, and they were just waiting for them to come. Cleanup operation was impeccable. No one lost for Titan. Barely even touched, if at all.
Maniac is doing quite well top fragging for his team at the moment. So good stuff by Maniac.
When a team has you figured out so much within one map, what can you do about it on the fly, honestly?
I mean, they've been doing so well at just taking map control in the right moments. And the one spot where Virtus.pro tried to adjust on their buy round with early aggression on middle, Titan play it super passive, and they don't go for that kind of a play. So they basically, in the heads of Virtus.pro at the moment, they are...
Look, he's flanked Taz through the smoke. He just walked. He's just watching him, toying with him. It's like a seal being launched into the air by a killer whale.
But look at this, byali. He could actually take down the bomb and potentially or get the info for his team that's so key at the moment. He surely hears the step. He hears the bomb. I think the bomb just got dropped there, and he's going to take down RpK. And he will spot the bomb as well. Oh, Kévin goes down to 37 health. They know what's going on. You see the rotation coming in as byali makes the call to his teammates. And now, Titan, they are sandwiched between these players. But the flank from Apex has got to be good, but looks like it won't matter. His distance will take the kill, but now it's down to Apex, 1 on 3.
Needs nades all day. Nades have been super strong today. And Pasha trying to find a trade frag. Will find it after all. Going to upgrade his scout for an AWP. That's the 3rd round on the board for VP. This score looks upside down, but we've got to accept it. It is what it is. Titan beasting on the T side, the less favored side. They've done their homework, and the homework reaps the rewards. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, if they get the last 2, of course, they could just close it down off the pistol, which would be ridiculous. Ridiculous that VirtusPro might not even get to play a T side. But okay, we're seeing right now 2 players towards B apartments, 2 towards top mid here for Titan. Again, they've gone for that really very passive, hyper passive play at the start of the round. They quashed the push there from Snax on B apartments, but they don't make a move. They let VirtusPro make the move. And here they go, into Kévin's scope. Oh, they line up for TaZ. He gets both kills. And that was the 3 on 3, and VirtusPro have a chance in this one. They've got the bomb as well. So not just a chance, but an advantage, as we have byali making his way to assist TaZ from Connector. TaZ taking the jewels. Fearless TaZ. Gonna drop the bomb once again.
Okay, 55 seconds on the clock, still doable. Existence with a really important position here. Could get a flank. And, oh, I was going to say, Maniac's frag there could have run distraction for Neo, but Neo takes down Existence regardless. So, Maniac 1 versus 2. TaZ, all of 2 HP. They'll peek at the same time and finish him off. VirtusPro getting into it, but is it too late? We'll have to find out in the second half. Last round of the first half, though, still to play.
So, Pasha on the AWP for VirtusPro. And we have seen, of course, like really beastly sides from the T side of VirtusPro as well. So I mean, they absolutely have the potential to go nuts. When Pasha gets rolling, when he gets his aggression going, the kinds of rounds you see from VirtusPro are just ridiculous. And they are going to nade down the guy Pasha straight away, who was sitting in CPL, and so they're really putting those nades to good use. 3 versus 5, VirtusPro. Neo on a scout. But byali with an excellent position here. He's going to be worried about the eventual Palace peak, but he's still down, and the trades are coming in as they get closer and closer to the A site. And Kévin with the last 2 kills. 11-4, great T-half there from Titan, but I absolutely have confidence in VirtusPro. And if they're able to pick up that pistol, that they can also put it to Titan on their CT side. We just need to see these crazy mid challenges that VirtusPro seem so expert at pulling off, where they don't even use smokes, James. They just walk up to you, and they kill you. And that's the business of VirtusPro. So we are going to be jumping into the second half momentarily. You can see the spread of rounds there, pretty significant. Not many plant rounds, lots of elimination rounds for Titan. And we're going to have a little bit of a delay here. And this means that I can actually, earlier, James was talking about chess. and Counter-Strike.
Oh, here we go.
And so
Here we go.
I had to tell you guys.
Fire
why.
away, Mr. DDK.
I have to tell you guys why. So for like 15 years, I think I've been hearing people say, "Oh, Quake is like speed chess," or like, you know, it's like chess. This is like chess. This is like chess. When referring to esports games, titles, whatever they may be. I mean, I think I've heard every single esports title at some point get compared with chess, which is fine. It's fine. Well, it's not fine because this is why I'm gonna tell you why it's not fine. In my opinion, at least, because the thing with chess, right, is that in chess you have perfect information. You can see everything, James. Name me an esports game where that is the case. Name me an esports game where information control, like denying and the search for information, and the, you know, just how. Name me an esports game where that is not really important. You can't because it doesn't exist, James. No, there's no esports game like that. In Dota, you need like
Street Fighter.
like map control. Okay, Street Fighter, but that's not esports according to the FGC.
It is esports.
Not
Don't try and
according to
get
the
out of it.
FGC.
I don't care what the FGC says. It's esports, whether they like it or not.
But yeah, I guess that would be the.
You know, I just owned you, right?
That's true, but that'd be the only. That'd be the only one.
Yeah,
though.
it's an anomaly. It's an anomaly.
Yeah, but I mean, this is the thing. Like, information plays such an important role because it's much closer to poker. Actually, if you actually want to make a comparison, I think poker's way closer because in poker, you don't know what they have. You have to gather information and use certain information and interpret certain pieces of information that you find to inform the play that you'll make, basically, which is much closer to esports. So when people say it's like chess, I want to slap him, James.
He does. He gets very irritated. And
I get kind of irritated. But you can see there's a big difference, right? It's a big difference.
Yes, I would agree with you.
Okay, good. We're on the same page. Okay, guys. When does the match start?
Hopefully soon.
All
All right, so let's see. Byali's up there with 14 frags for his team. Neo and Snax.
James, don't even look. We've been destroyed. Reese has just killed us. There's no way that we can win.
Is this what is to become of us?
Okay, the only way that we can win, I think, is if Pasha just goes insane. It's been known to happen, but that's what has to happen. He's our shot caller. He's the only one that can save us now.
Okay.
It's on Pasha.
We're counting on you.
And we're talking about our Vulcan
Big
picks,
man.
by the way. Our battle against Reese, producer Reese. You see the spite to which I say his
If
name.
he beats us through the league, then what? Is he like evil dictator Reese?
I don't know. We'll figure that out. We'll figure that out later. But we do have the pistol coming up. And we had the A retake play in, already Titan completely rotating everybody there, straight off to that A bomb site. And they are going to catch this push as it comes in. This could work out quite well for Titan. Oh my god, look at the trades coming in. VirtusPro have themselves good positions. They're locking them out. VirtusPro going to win themselves the pistol, losing only 2 men. And they are poised to do yet more damage. They're going to pull out those SMGs, James. I think at least 1 or 2.
It's a long way to Tipperary. I don't know where that is.
It's a long way to go.
But yeah, it's a long way for VirtusPro to get themselves close to the score of Titan. But hey, sometimes we see those Inferno maps where the T side seems to be OP and the CTs get wrecked. See if that will continue today.
What was that dig there from Kenny S? I don't even know.
They're just tagging and tagging and tagging through the smoke here.
Oh my goodness.
It
Look
looks
at
too
RpK go.
easy. Titan's
3-on-1.
so prepared.
James, what do we make of this? Biali's done for. He's fried. He's had his chicken.
They just held angles and just fired into the smoke. And they chose the right angles. And yeah, that was a Colossus round.
I mean,
Titan.
Kenny S like 1-digged the guy from the furthest range he could find through the smoke. That's what just happened, James.
What can you do when that goes down? Is what do you do? It is
You
not
just
much to say when it happens.
You hold your hands up and you're like, well,
This is this.
this is what happened.
Who needs an AWP anymore? I have the Deagle. Monsieur Kenny S. Monsieur Schrub.
Okay, so we have the force straight back from VirtusPro, and they have a couple of Tech 9s, lows and 8s, and they have the set play coming in to the A bomb site. Now, can Titan, they have a committed play to hold it on. They're not necessarily playing for that retake. They're very close to the slope, and there goes the peak from the double peak. They are getting the frags before the push comes in. This is excellent work from Titan already. Look at that smoke. But VirtusPro, they're committed to go through, but there's Apex. He's got himself a rifle as well. How do they deal with this? Apex is gunning them down. Ruthless plays from Titan. And there's nothing left but TaZ. And he's stuck behind a smoke.
Tiger Stripe CZ to finish him off. Bit of vinegar in the wound there. And this is looking monstrous from Titan. But what I'm most curious about when I see a performance like this from Titan is how long will this last? Is this Titan now? Is this going to be consistent? Are we going to see this every week?
I hope so, man. I think it's quite possible. If you look at the way that they're playing, it's methodical. They're playing in a methodical manner, and of course they know VirtusPro quite well. They study them, as you mentioned. So, hey, if they're keeping the work in, I think Titan, they must be rolling with a lot of confidence. They just made a final, James. How long has it been since that happened? They've been getting eliminated out of groups left, right, and center, but now we're seeing a resurgence of the Titan we all know. And, well, we always knew their potential.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I mean, they still haven't closed this out. VirtusPro on another buy round. We'll see if they can eke out around here, get some momentum under their belt. But again, Titan storming towards the 16 at the moment. And again, it's nice to see, definitely, from Titan. So they're going for the early push. Oh, we've seen this before from Existence. That is a great flashbang to take control of Palace straight away with 2 players, no less. Again, if you have a good spawn, that is the fastest way, jumping up there. Don't use the ladder.
This is actually really cool from Titan. They're playing really far back positions. They're preemptively rotating towards B, though. They think that it's been a short push for a split onto B. So they've made that they've made that mistake now. They haven't got the info on connector. So that's going to be it was going really well until this point, because now we can see they're waiting for a B play that's never going to come. And it's partly because Apex is here in Palace, and this kind of like confirmed a little bit for them, hey, you know what? There's no one in Palace, then it's very likely that they have the players in B apps instead. But no, we can see that they're about to be confronted with a rude awakening.
They're rotating even more players, almost. Looks like Existence was headed towards mid, or maybe he was just checking if there was a flank through CPL. But here we go, the push is coming in, but there's a nice counter flash from Existence. That's going to bring the bomb down as well. Apex emerges from Palace, but they would have heard him running in there with those flashes, etc. earlier on. He gets taken down immediately. So, 4 versus 4. Titan looking to take the retake. And Kenyes RpK falling soon afterwards. Only Existence and Maniac remain here. Pistol not going to be enough to take down Snax. And Maniac finds himself all alone versus a squadron of Polish fighters.
I think what we saw there was also partially that Titan was saying, okay, we don't have the mid information. We can't play mid this. We can't now get some mid info this late into the round. It's way too risky because they can be all over the place in so many angles and just eliminate us easily. So let's do an A retake strategy because we don't have. That seems like it could happen. It's likely that they could go for a B play because it could be up short. They could be splitting on B. If they don't, we play for the retake on A. But of course, that's really hard against full rifles and nades from the terrorists. So I feel like that's what we saw from Titan. I think that was the mental process from them. And actually, you know, that's pretty smart. Actually, like it's a smart way to deal with the lack of info that they had. Like nice gamble, I think.
Okay. So we've got 3 people towards A now for Titan. In the early stages of this round, you can see 2 VP players charging through map control. Kenyes is going to just get ripped apart here by the VirtusPro players. Very aggressive indeed in the mid area. Complete control there. Got Existence looking for information. He will fall soon as well. Like dominoes, Titan are falling at present. You can see Maniac with a fast peek there. We'll spot one player. Not sure if byali saw him as well. Doesn't look like he necessarily did. He will just leave a spot of doubts here for Titan. But hey, they've only got 2 players left. Bomb heading towards B. Maniac stuck behind Van while his teammate is almost on the complete opposite of the map. Gets an important frag onto byali, and that will slow down the push. You can see VirtusPro players emerging towards A now, trying to find out if the site is clear. Nope, site's not clear either. Safety in numbers.
Oh!
Isn't going to work out. TaZ getting tagged down to 10. So Maniac 10 of his own, doable for him, but they know where to expect him coming from.
Has no nades as well, and it's good spotted. He even had the drop on Snax there, but not going to be enough in this instance. Needed the instant headshot, but VirtusPro, they hang on by their fingers on the cliff side at the moment. Titan are above them, deciding, just crushing one
How many
finger at a time.
Stamp?
Yeah, that's the position that Titan are in at the moment. But we are going to see full Molotovs almost from either VirtusPro, a team that are use them expertly.
Apex in underpass already
again.
hasn't been spotted.
They did. That's the second time they've done it to KennyS. They just double nade the corner and he goes down every single time. That's awesome. That's so cool that they are doing that.
Oh, Apex came for the peak, but Snax had the angle, had his teammate covered. And VirtusPro, they are angry. They are looking for revenge. The bear is out, and it's showing its teeth. Only 6 rounds behind now, but again, the Titan so close to that W. We should expect an eco from them on this occasion. See, they're barely buying anything, just the odd dig. 5-7 here and there. Apex was with a flashbang. And Maniac doesn't have a 5-7, which is crazy. Because he should always have a 5-7. He is the 5-7.
You're right. And VirtusPro with a smart approach, just taking that mid-control, keeping themselves together. And byali is there to take down any CTs who would rush T-Slope. I think one man is fine for this job. He is watching for aggression from both T-Slope and Palace at the moment, and as his team do reconvene towards his position. Apex is, if he times this well. Oh, he's a little bit too premature there. He couldn't know, of course. It's just a bit of a game of luck, but ooh, wow, Neo over the shoulder of his teammate just one-taps RpK down, but KennyS has some one-taps of his own with a P250 coming into this 4-on-4. Big advantage here for VirtusPro as they move in, but once again, somehow Titan are making these frags actually happen for themselves against all the odds. But it is to be futile. Futile as Apex remains, and he's going to get eliminated finally as well. So VirtusPro slowly making their way back in this one. And we might just see VirtusPro do to Titan what Titan did to them, but Titan only need 2 rounds, and they could claim one right here. They got KennyS on the AWP. Now we're looking for him not to get double-naded again. In fact, he's going to be moving. Where's KennyS going at the moment? Is he on mid? I think he's on mid actually, but he's not going to get double-naded this time.
Refusing to be conditions away from the mid area is KennyS, although starting off with a bit more of a passive position, and will rotate his position after a certain amount of time. There have been rounds where the player in underpass has just shot him in the face as well, so he's going to try and take a different approach on this occasion. I think he's trying to hold short actually, but the flashes are coming in. It's going to stop him from doing that as well. So now he will have to run over towards A. So for the first 45 seconds, he's been unable to do anything, rendered useless by the Polish side.
They're trying to boost into the window as well. VirtusPro, you can see how effectively there's not really been much of many engagements, but oh, hold that thought. Maniac going to go for the push there. Finds himself 2 players from VirtusPro hanging out at the B apartments. That's going to really tell Titan everything they need to know, because here it is, that movement towards short. KennyS and Apex coming with frags, eliminating those players, and that's going to be just now the B apartments push left over for VirtusPro to convert into a site take, and byali opens it up well. The entry is going to facilitate a tidy bomb plant for them. But how tidy, I'm not sure. Existence coming in, 2 quick kills. It's on KennyS and Apex to finish off the job as TaZ arrests in apartments. Do they know he's there? He's spotted now, does take down Apex, but KennyS with the trade. Well done to him. Does he have time for this? It's going to be a little bit close, but I think he's got it. He should be fine. And Titan pick themselves up by the skin of their teeth. 1 more round.
All right, so every round is now crunch time for VP. Snax with considerable cash, but you can have all the cash in the world. You need to win 6 rounds. Otherwise, they lose the match. Simple as that. So, no helmets for the Titan side, but against 4 AKs and an op, it's not going to matter.
Oh
KennyS getting shut down straight away by Snax.
Snax is so fast. It's that position. That's crazy. Now pasha wants to be fast as well. He's moving straight into connector. Would you look at this Virtus.pro? They're not down and out just yet. They are taking the map by storm, and if they're able to win this one, Titan are surely going to be money screwed, as in comes pasha again. More kills from pasha, 3 so far. He wants more. Maniac will stop him finally, but trades come in from Snax, and we have ourselves 15 to 10. Match point still for Titan, but yeah, they are money screwed. They're reset completely. That you can see there, $1,400. It's their first loss. Nothing to buy. They're looking at double eco now.
Yeah, so VirtusPro closing and closing and closing the gap. Seems Titan aren't the only team with a T side. So mid has been completely abandoned by Titan. They've more or less stacked the A site with a bit of crossfire from Existence, who is in the jungle area. So Bomb is in a passive position in T-spawn. Titan start to emerge here from two directions. Maniac going to get one trade, but he will fall to a trade for VirtusPro. Only Existence RpK remaining. Nice frag. Byali's 2 HP could get tapped down. There it is. 2 versus 2 now. 2 versus 1, sorry. And VirtusPro, an expensive round for them, but a round nonetheless. Might not matter how much they cost anymore, as if they lose one round, then that is that.
Yeah, it's kind of nice as well because, you know, the kill bonus does help also from Titan. You know, it gives them that little extra bit of cash. And they are going for the force hit. Let's see if they can pull some nice defensive maneuvers off of this round. So Pasha, I love doing this move as well. Like, you smoke it up and you just move through the smoke to find yourself in a forward position towards Connector and towards CPL. You should be able to spot somebody here. There's Apex. Oh, darts away just in the wrong moment, but does recorrect. RpK goes in for the trade. He's going to find it. Good work there from RpK. He picks up the AK as well. Things could get interesting now. We've got 2 rifles on the side of Titan, but Snax is still AWPing, looking for the shot. He knows it's coming. And he's poised, ready to strike.
Okay, so Titan trying to do as much damage as possible. Only Maniac remaining. P250 and a bit of Kevlar here. He is in the jungle area. They don't know exactly where he is. Against 4, he may just be trying to pick up a weapon here, but I think he'd have to pick up 2, kill 2 people to be even in with a chance of getting a weapon. You can see Byali just protecting the AK there, as one should in this situation. So Maniac's going to be admiring the wall for a while. You see he's waiting for someone to pass, basically trying to abuse the fact that his position is a blind spot. See one player, oh, and unsurprisingly, the Horde will come and remove him from the map. 3 rounds remaining. VirtusPro need 3 of 3, 100% to take this to overtime.
So Kenny's only with a CZ. So you might expect an aggressive play from him here, potentially. Let's see what he goes with, is either if it's defensive team play setup. Oh, it looks aggressive here. Looks like they want to get players out to... There's 3 of them kind of training into Connector here. This is really interesting. So what are they going to do with this this setup here towards Connector? So far, VirtusPro haven't really moved all that much. They've got top middle, but that's about it. And some nades have gone off there on the A-bomb side itself as well. So just one more smoke on RpK. And VirtusPro are being smart to take this a little bit slowly, trying to bait out some of those smokes. But it's all about this Connector hold for Titan. They can hold this down, they can keep it away from VirtusPro, they have a chance. And the bomb is down there as well. So VirtusPro are forced to challenge. And RpK is holding it down on the A-bomb side itself. They are giving themselves a chance here, 3 on 3. But the AWP comes into play from Snax, takes down Kenny S. And they can get that bomb ferried all the way over to this site. Now Maniac. He is the key to victory here for Titan. Got to spray them all down. Oh, he gets the dink onto Snax, but not the kill. 9 health for Snax, 32 per Pasha. RpK, he can do this.
Yeah, he's got an M4 as well.
Oh, God.
Just needs to avoid the angle from Snax. Oh, somehow, a little bit of jerking left and right. He managed to get out of there. He's got to expect a crossfire here. Finds a player on shot. Oh, he had
tagged him as well.
One more to go for the game. Couldn't make it. VirtusPro, after a horrible CT side for them, they are returning the favor. Find themselves only 2 rounds away from bringing this to OT now. Great consistency from them. It has to be Titan on the eco once again. A few pistols, a few flashbangs. Got to try and take people by surprise.
Yeah, buying up so they can get the rifle buy in the following round with some nades. So this is smart, giving themselves 2 chances to win rounds instead of just 1. Which is very good in the face of how strong these pistols are. But look at this, Neo's got he's got the plays here. So I stumble on my words. He has all the plays. Can they get the trades though? The counter flashes come in, and that's going to allow the refrag from byali as Pasha cleans house once again. Here comes Maniac. He's doing himself an AK, not quite. VirtusPro one away from overtime.
What a massive comeback by VirtusPro, really and truly. Titan seem to have all the answers on their T side. And now VirtusPro showing that they are equal to the challenge. But are they all the way equal? This is where they will show us. Maniac on the auto sniper. Are we going to see 1B and the rest of the team elsewhere? It looks like that's exactly what's going to happen. But there are 2 people looking to challenge in B apps at the moment. Let's see if he can get to the angle in time. He's just holding an angle, and he has announced the auto.
And the thing about this is that the AWP, he's going to have to contest against the AWP because Snax is over here with the AWP. He's got the angle as well. Oh, I think he must have spotted him. And of course, the AWP, just one shot. Maniac has to be on point here. If he can take down Snax, it's all doable. He gets the drop onto Snax, and now he can hold the angle. That's so crucial. Snax had the weapon that could, in a duel, better Maniac's Scar 20. But
he wasn't checking the gap. There's a tiny gap there from the stairs that you can eliminate the weapon from. But I can only guess that he didn't know if Maniac was holding the same angle. VirtusPro evening things up here with the elimination of Apex. Neo going to go for a quick peek and find it onto Maniac there, as they had the smoke coming down for the end of the platform as well. Going to force a rotation from existence. They haven't seen a bomb. You can see it in T spawn at the moment. They have no idea which site to commit players to. And they are committing to the wrong site. Neo going to get a snap onto existence. This could cause a full rotation. They're still not sure. We've got RpK. He's the only one left versus 3. 2 on the A side itself. He's got 1 frag. Almost gets the spray onto the second one. That would have been a bomb. That could have been a round. But instead VirtusPro bring it all the way back down. Overtime again.
Do you know what this means? It means that we could actually, I think we actually could defeat Producer Reeds. Because Pasha is doing quite well. He's our shot caller. He's doing much better than Apex is. And we have Maniac as well. So the edges he has, RpK, okay, I think RpK's MVPs are going to push Producer Reeds over the edge.
Time will tell.
It will.
That is all we can rely on these days. Time. I don't know what that means. Okay, TaZ is restarting his PC. So we will have a few minutes to wait here. And again, while we wait, make sure you follow the channel. Once we hit 500,000 followers, look at these shiny skins. For our subscribers, we will be offering an M4A4 Howl, some contraband gear. We're at the back streets with a leather jacket on in the dark, Dan. We're giving contraband out to our subscribers, whatever you call them. And Butterfly Knife Factory, and you will also go to the subs. And then there will be an open raffle that everybody can enter for a Bayonet Rust Coast. We never leave the non-subs behind, guys. You can win as well. So we'll hopefully get there soon. Who knows when? Hopefully soon.
Who knows when?
Who knows when?
I think you said it all with that one.
Yes.
So with this 11-4, 11-4, do you think it's that the metagame is shifting a little bit? Do you think it's matchup specific? What do you think about, what's your interpretation of the proceedings?
I think Titan were well prepared for their T side versus VirtusPro, and I think VirtusPro had no idea what was hitting them, had no answers as to how to defend it. On the flip side of things, again, I said, recently we've seen that Titan have had strong T sides and weak CT sides. So are we seeing more of the same? Is it that they have a weak CT side and they just have no answers? There were a lot of situations where they just went for a huge peak in various angles and just gave free kills to AWPs. Obviously, they don't know the AWPs are there, but it happened quite a lot. So I don't know if that's a criticism or not. We'll have to look at it back. But again, Titan have been weak on CT sides as of late and strong on the T sides. And again, I feel like recently they've been a team kind of like Manchester United in the good old days, where it was a case of score more goals than you concede, but are conceding too many goals on the CT side.
Well, the weird thing for me is on the CT side of both teams, they both struggled with holding down middle against the terrorists. And the rounds where they tried to adjust by having stronger mid presence, we would see that the T sides would just almost psychically understand we're just going to play really defensive now. So that pretty much happened, I think, almost 100% of the time, where we never saw super aggressive T mid take versus super aggressive CT mid take. And I don't think that we ever saw that battle. But VirtusPro, they used so much of their mid control to great successes, as did Titan. Although Titan, I think, showed more variety on their CT side, but it did also, I think, and I think that they had better economic situations as well than VirtusPro did. Because if you remember, VirtusPro got kind of really just horrendous. They lost the wrong rounds, basically. They got money screwed more than once. So it's actually rare that we even saw KennyS on the AWP. And there was like 2 rounds where he just got naded.
Yeah.
They double naded into CVR and he died.
He died.
So that like I actually feel like Titan showed actually a stronger game or stronger potential in this match than VirtusPro did. But of course it's like super close.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's edges that Titan can get over VirtusPro that they haven't really seen just yet. Whereas VirtusPro, I'm not so confident that that they're going to take it in this overtime. From what we've seen in this match, just because I think that if KennyS now knowing that they have these double nades, knowing some of these timings that they've been using on middle, I feel like Titan should be able to adapt to more strength to that.
Yeah, and this little break, Taz just joined the server again, but this little break could be to Existence's favor. Again, he is the mastermind behind Titan, and now he has a chance to gather his thoughts, think about what VirtusPro did to exploit Titan on their defense, and what he can do to get around that. We'll see. Again, over time is a situation where you often see drastically different tactics to what you saw in normal time, purely because you have to mix things up. Otherwise, you become telegraphed and you get red.
So when are you gonna have a rant about something? When were you?
I didn't have rants, Dan. I had rants.
When are you going to rant?
Rant. Plastic. This is Dan's world. My world is rants and plastic.
I'm British. What can I do?
I don't know if I have anything to rant about. Well, to be honest,
you have a lot of things to get angry about.
Yeah, but I just say...
You internalize the anger, one day you explode.
I just speak my mind.
Okay.
Well, remember the scout? I was always moaning about the scout and so on. There's no point anymore. So, I just say it at the time, Dan, whereas you bottle it up until I poke and prod you enough to actually release a half an hour long video. The best part is he made a half an hour long video and it's like, okay, I need to reduce this, and then made another half an hour long video.
I mean, it actually ended up longer.
Nice. Right, so we're back into the mix again. MR5, that means 5 rounds at each half. 16k for both teams. Battle for underpass, won by Apex for Titan. He is stuck though, and he will fall. There is a trade here. Existence going bananas. I think Existence is underrated in recent performances, but hey, it's byali versus 3. The bomb is stuck in mid. This should be unwinnable for him, but he has a minute 10 to figure something out. We've got Titan players avoiding the nades. KennyS, with all that pressure from the AWP, he tagged Existence as Existence considered his location. Existence left with 8 HP. Now KennyS on the hunt. He smells blood. He finds. He shoots and he scores.
That's one of those spots where KennyS doesn't have to peek either. Like this, because Existence can cover his close angle, and he can cover the far angle that the guy would peek to try and frag Existence. And they had a guy moving up slope who was covering angle that KennyS could worry about, where he would get close to KennyS. So KennyS didn't have to go for that peek. That was like the unsafe play. Because if he dies there, obviously Existence is really low. The round becomes more doable. So, but of course, it's KennyS. He breaks the rules.
Also, Sniper is out and about. It's larger in charge. We've got the team flashes coming in, but there's no frag yet for either side. Look at that nade. Apex, Existence stuck.
100 damage on that nade. That was sick. This is what we're talking about. Pasha he just walks up. He's like, mid is mine. I will take it from you by force. I don't need any fancy grenades. You're gonna die. To the AK, and that's what happens.
It is Titan though, who is still 1 round in the lead. VP looking to even things up here. 2 people in jungle for Titan. Are they going to push through the smoke? It would be ill-timed. They have guns trained on them at the moment. 1 minute on the clock for VP to try and close out this round. Pasha's got 1 HP now. Existence quite tagged himself. Pasha's in a nice spot where it may be difficult for Existence to peek him.
1 HP.
Sorry, Maniac.
Great shot from Pasha. Good reaction. Ooh, the spray causes Existence quite some problems. 3 HP. Gonna toss in an incendiary and back away. But Pasha, he doesn't let anyone survive. Does take no prisoners.
No fear, my friends.
No fear,
I think he would say.
VirtusPro, 16-16 against Titan now. As we are going to see the battle of the AWPs. Now, what has KennyS learnt? I think he's learnt that sometimes VirtusPro double nade CPL and he dies.
Okay, so early on, VP heading towards the A site. Are they going to go for a fast nade push? Kenny, how did he get there so fast? How did he not find the frag? completely missed the shot there, and that could have been crucial. So RpK, he's seen the nades coming in. Oh, he's not going to go for the peek at the right time in the palace area. Would have been exposed to lower. Makes the right choice in the end. byali will fall to him. More nades coming in for Titan. We've got flashes for the T side as well. They're hunting for him. They know where he is. Can they find a frag though? He's reloading. He goes down to Neo.
Great stuff there so far from Titan, making the best of a bad situation, but they're still behind in these exchanges. Neo going to make things worse for them with Existence taking out the equation. Because Maniac though, nice angle onto pasha. He's trying to look over the smoke, but can he pull out something special? He's very low. He's got Maniac to play with, scanning all the angles, spots TaZ, doesn't connect, and that should be the end of him now as that bomb ticks away. He's going to try to save this AWP. And one thing I have to add is the composure from RpK was very awesome on the top of the shadow position at the top of the ladder, because a lot of players would have peeked out there, but he was waiting for his teammates to throw the flash in before he went for the peek.
Yes.
And considering the amount of pressure he was under in that spot for how long, that's quite amazing.
Okay, so Kenny back on Yorp. 1 round advantage for VP. T side still doing well against each other. See if it continues in the second half. But for now, we are in the second last round of the first half. Lots of nades coming in for both sides. Oh, that nade through the smoke's going to do chunks of damage onto the CT side. But meanwhile, look at the rotation here. They've got 4 people on A, but the bomb is on B. There's only one player, that's Maniac, to try and save it for his team. He's going to fall. No frags for him. Got the information, but that is a long rotation. See, byali is in T-spawn. I don't think he'll be able to get to mid in time to cut off some of these players. And in fact, they're not even going to try. 4-man save here for Titan versus the 5 alive for VirtusPro.
So this T-half has been quite strong from VirtusPro. Can Titan keep up with that when they switch sides as well? Because, I mean, they're going to have an opportunity to pick up their second CT round, but worst case scenario here is 4-1 for the T side. Do you think Titan are capable of replicating that in this series, or do you think VirtusPro are heavy favorites? I guess, well, 4-1, of course they're heavy favorites. I'm going to stop talking, James.
Thank you very much, Dan. Okay, I guess I have to talk now. Existence, I was going to say picks up the auto sniper, but he's dropped it for Apex, so I guess we're going to see a solo B effort from Apex, possibly second player playing short. As there are 2 headed over to B at the moment. Indeed, that is correct. Oh, sorry, he's on the A-bomb site, so there's a nice surprise for byali. No birthday card, though. Just a gun in the chest. Early advantage for Titan. They are still 2 rounds down, however. VirtusPro once again in control of the mid area, creeping up the connector as well. pasha trying to avoid the flames. 2 people in CPL for Titan, which will make it very hard for VP to get a bomb plant in there. And they've seen each other. There's been a meeting of the minds, but they haven't seen the bomb. They have no idea if it's A or B. It could be in underpass, it could be in B apps, it could be on A slope. Now they found it. RpK taking down TaZ. That's the bomb. That's the information they need. But they can't rotate yet because it's in mid.
That boost was ridiculous. Snax takes both of them down. VirtusPro exploding, taking all the kills one after another. Existence is the only one left standing. And I got to say, that boost on Toll Boost to look over the top there, I don't think I've seen that before. But that was a really nice setup from them.
Yeah, that's a common one.
And it's hard to be safe.
I think Team Liquid used that as well.
But you got to know that there's no one on Palace or a slope to destroy you. But Existence gets tagged, he gets spotted. Bomb is going to get planted. pasha will plant that for window, and also, well, there's many positions that can that plant's good for actually. So they have successfully gotten rid of Existence, and VirtusPro will pick up yet another. It looks so good, so promising. But VirtusPro will take themselves 4 rounds on the first half of the first overtime.
It's quite dandy, Dan.
That's pretty impressive. It's the way that they battled back on some of those rounds where Titan were getting earlier advantages, especially that last one with the Scar coming into play. But we'll have to see now whether or not VirtusPro can do better on their CT side, whether Titan have the strength to throw into it that VirtusPro did in that one.
I see TaZ's ping is quite high, so maybe he was hoping it would go down a little bit. Okay, it has indeed, actually. It was 96 a minute ago, but
James,
calmed.
double up, Scar.
Double AWP and Skull. What in the blazes is this, Mr. VirtusPro? Well, one of the AWPs is down already, but byali getting revenge there. RpK and Apex falling. We've got trades with Kévin. The no-scope. Who needs crosshairs when you are Kévin? So, it's been not even 20 seconds, Dan, and 6 people are dead.
Pretty much. Absolute carnage. But VirtusPro can still save this one. Oh, Snax finds existence through the tiniest of cracks there. And that's going to put a lot of pressure on Kévin to make the clutch against an AWP and a Scar. This is quite a surreal, a bizarre round to follow. But Snax, oh no, he's going to spot Kévin. Can Kévin take him down? Here he goes to the nade and the flips from Snax. And VirtusPro already, they put themselves to match point straight away. Titan in trouble.
What an insane recovery. You have to wonder how producer Reese is feeling right now.
I really have no idea how this is going to turn out. But we got double up again. We got double up from Titan this time. Kévin. Oh no, what's...
Just everything everywhere, Dan, basically.
They just have it up on the floor. It's like, let's do it. Up for the floor.
Yeah, they're all in. Okay, so they're going for an early smoke here on A slope to try and stop any crazy push from Titan, but Titan have 2 players B tunnels. Maybe one headed towards underpass, 2 people in mid. Pretty much a standard, a default here, you might say. This is a common default that VirtusPro used to have, actually. 1 on A slope, 2 top mid, 1 apps and 1 underpass. Kévin finding the first frag. Apex joining forces with him. Existence following up as well. VirtusPro falling 1 by 1. Titan cannot make any mistakes in any of these rounds. Otherwise, that is a wrap. This is looking perfect at the moment. RpK taking a bit of damage, but other than that, they are looking pretty nice. Snax with some kind of crazy snap there. Maniac should clean him up. Indeed, he will. It's another round on the board for Titan, but how many more can they get?
Yeah, I mean, the pressure is well and truly on top of them. Double up again, Snax and Pasha. Snax has been AWPing more and more and more for VirtusPro. We've seen the versatility that it brings to the team, what he's able to do. And having that presence on the B apps with the AWP, again, just mixing it in, is really strong. There's a lot you can talk about when it comes to AWPing on this map and the impact that it can have, or it can have even by it just being, the threat of it being there. If we're going to have a pop flash in, and VirtusPro going to take an early advantage, make that 2 early advantages. This is bad. This is really bad. Titan can't afford to lose a single round. What are they going to do?
What a monster angle from Pasha, completely shutting down the A side. Apex trying to go for a cheeky crawl through the smoke. Not going to go in his favor. We've got 2 versus 5, 1 versus 5. Wipe out of their own. VirtusPro will not allow you to get away with anything without doing it straight back to you afterwards. They take it after a monster start for Titan. They finished 21-17. Yeah,
well played to VirtusPro. I've had, 4 overtimes today in 2 matches. Crazy Counter-Strike. But there's so much more Counter-Strike to be had on FACEIT TV. We've got 2 more days of just huge amounts of matches. We've got 4, I think, tomorrow and 5 the following day.
Yep.
So follow the channel. Make sure you're tuning in and following all the awesome stuff that's going on. Because we are going to conclude the top 5 teams very shortly. And so we're going to know who is going to attend the FACEIT LAN that has been announced on HL TV, the location in London. And London, filthy streets.
Filthy streets of London.
So we're going to check out the standings now as they have been updated so we can get a look at how things are now.
All right, so VP on 21. They're looking pretty good, but so are Titan, so are Fnatic. And with Na'Vi, they have a minimum of 2 games behind these guys. They could end up, if they win their next 2 games, they could be on 21 as well. It's kind of crazy.
I mean, Titan have played all their matches now as well. It's worth noting.
So I'm not even going to try and calculate this.
Yeah, Titan have played all of their matches, so they're there with 21 points. So they're in trouble at the moment because we've got TSM, which have 11. So if they
need to win 3 to tie as well.
They tie. Na'Vi only played 8. So Na'Vi can throw. Can we have a 3-way tie situation? If Fnatic lose their last map, they're going to be 7-7 as well. I think we have.
But Envy also are on 8 matches, so they could shoot up the leaderboard as well.
This is really interesting because Envious and VirtusPro Envious, if they do start doing well, they're actually looking not too bad to qualify. I remember seeing Shocks in Kiev. He's like, oh yeah, FACEIT League is so cool. It's a shame we're not going to be able to qualify. Because
Hey, they
yeah.
just need to beat everyone, all of them.
I mean, actually doesn't look too bad for them in this, like the way, because I think because of how Fnatic had that loss streak, that's actually changed things quite a lot. So yeah, this is really interesting. Very, very close. So guys, make sure you don't miss anything. James, what do you want to say?
Goodbye.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the show. We will see you tomorrow night.